If I told you there are 10 books that could literally rewire your thinking, transform your habits, strengthen your character, and unlock the success you've been dreaming about, would you dare to read them? Stay tuned, because today on Personal Development TV we're diving into the 10 most powerful books that, if applied, could completely change the trajectory of your life, starting this year. Welcome to Personal Development TV, your trusted source for growth strategies, life mastery tools, and the inspiration you need to become the very best version of yourself. In today's video, I'll reveal 10 extraordinary books that are far more than good reads. They are roadmaps, trusted by leaders, entrepreneurs, coaches, and seekers of greatness around the world. We'll explore the timeless values they teach, the real-world effects they trigger, and I'll share inspiring examples that will show you why these books are not just important. They are essential. Let's dive in. First on our list is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Imagine if changing your life wasn't about one giant leap, but about 1,000 tiny steps you barely notice. James Clear shows that success is the result of small habits repeated consistently. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight, you just have to improve by 1% every day. Over time, those tiny improvements compound into massive change. Think about a young entrepreneur who decided to set tiny goals daily, wake up 10 minutes earlier, drink water before coffee, write 100 words each morning. At first, the changes were barely noticeable, but 6 months later, her productivity had doubled, her business grew, and she felt unstoppable. This book teaches you that success isn't an event, it's a system. Master the system, and you master your life. Next up, we have The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Before you can succeed in the world, you must first succeed within yourself. Covey's habits build strong personal character. Habits like be proactive, reminding you that you're responsible for your own life. Begin with the end in mind, teaching you to live intentionally, not accidentally. Put first things first, focusing your energy on what matters most. I remember hearing the story of a struggling executive. He started applying Covey's principles, and not only did he rise to senior leadership, but his marriage was healed, his health improved, and his sense of life purpose deepened. Covey doesn't just teach productivity, he teaches how to live a life of real success, anchored in values. Now let's move into the third life-changing book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Your mind can be either your prison or your palace. Most people are trapped in cycles of regret about the past or anxiety about the future. Tolle invites you to escape this trap by living fully in the present moment, the only place peace exists. Imagine a nurse working in a chaotic hospital, overwhelmed with stress. After reading The Power of Now, she learned to breathe, to become fully aware of each moment without judgment. Her external world didn't change, but her inner world transformed. Peace doesn't depend on circumstances, it depends on presence. The fourth book, Mindset by Carol S. Dweck, reveals one of the greatest secrets of success. It's not talent, it's not even intelligence, it's the belief that you can grow through effort. That's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A famous story is Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team, who used that failure to fuel relentless improvement. If he had a fixed mindset, we would have never heard his name. Instead, his belief in growth turned him into a legend. This book teaches you how to reframe failures as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Now we come to The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. What if embracing your flaws was actually the key to your freedom? Brown's research shows that authenticity, not perfection, leads to real joy and connection. Many people live exhausted, trying to be enough for a world that judges appearances. Brown gives you permission to be real, to let go of shame, embrace vulnerability, and live wholeheartedly. Imagine a business owner paralyzed by fear of failure. After embracing her imperfections, she started showing up authentically. And not only did her business thrive, but her personal happiness soared. This book is a call to courage. Next, let's talk about Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. If you think you're tapping into even half of your potential, Goggins would say, think again. Through his brutal life story, he teaches that we often quit when we've only used about 40% of our true capacity. Goggins embraced pain, suffering, and mental warfare to forge a mind of steel. His story of going from an overweight, abused child to a Navy SEAL and ultra-marathon runner shows what's possible when you callous your mind. His lessons are harsh, but liberating. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. If you want extraordinary results, you have to do extraordinary things, starting with mastering your inner dialogue. Seventh on the list is Essentialism by Greg McKeown. We live in a world that glorifies being busy. But busyness is not the same as effectiveness. Essentialism teaches the disciplined pursuit of less but better. It's about saying no to the good things so you can say yes to the truly great things. Imagine an overwhelmed mother balancing career, family, volunteering, and personal dreams. After embracing essentialism, she stopped trying to please everyone. She chose her highest priorities and designed a life of greater peace and impact. Less really can be more, if you choose wisely. Eighth is The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. This book asks life's most important question: why are you here? Warren reminds us that we are not accidents. We were created with purpose, to serve, to grow, to love, to live meaningfully. I recall a man who, after losing everything in a business collapse, found new life by discovering his God-given purpose through this book. He rebuilt not just his career but his soul. Purpose is the foundation that gives meaning to every success and every trial. Ninth on our journey is The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It must be pursued intentionally. Maxwell shares wisdom like the law of consistency, showing that discipline, not motivation, is what fuels real progress. And the law of pain, teaching that difficult experiences, if handled well, produce the greatest growth. Imagine a young leader who, after applying Maxwell's principles, turned failures into stepping stones and developed influence beyond her years. This book is a powerful manual for lifelong personal evolution. And finally, Developing the Leader Within You 2.0 by John C. Maxwell. Maxwell shows that leadership is not about titles or positions, it's about influence and service. Before you can lead others, you must lead yourself. It's about vision, integrity, self-discipline, and developing the habits of a true influencer. Imagine a quiet team member who, by embracing these principles, rose to become a transformative leader in his company, his community, and his family. This book equips you to build a life of true significance. These 10 books are not just about information, they are about transformation. They are the bridge from who you are today to who you can become tomorrow. But they only work if you apply what you learn. So, which book will you start with? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear which one speaks to your journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Personal Development TV for more powerful life mastery tools, strategies, and inspirations. Click the links in the description to enjoy special offers, free resources, and access more vital information that will accelerate your growth journey. Together, let's rise higher. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in the greatness within you.